Chosen one, even the government discovered your energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Albert Einstein. Welcome back to Spiritual Wisdom. Today we uncover a powerful revelation. As a chosen one, your energy is no longer just a quiet ember. It's a blazing force that even the world's most influential entities can't ignore. This is your time to shine, to embrace your divine purpose, and to transform the world with the light you carry. How is this awakening manifesting in your life? Let us know in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else's journey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to help spread this wisdom far and wide. Together, let's illuminate the path forward. 1. Your energy is unstoppable. Your energy has reached a level where it cannot go unnoticed. It is no longer just a personal experience, but a spiritual force that reverberates far beyond you, aligning with a divine plan that carries a purpose beyond comprehension. This awakening is why even institutions, governments, and societal structures seem to notice something different about you. You're not just another person in the crowd. You are marked by a higher calling, your presence demanding acknowledgement, because it carries the essence of change, hope, and transformation. But why is this happening? It's because your spiritual awakening has positioned you as a beacon of truth and power. Your energy disrupts the status quo. It challenges darkness, exposes lies, and breaks cycles of oppression, and those in power can feel it. This isn't about fear. It's about the undeniable fact that your inner strength, honed through trials and spiritual growth, is the embodiment of a divine purpose. Governments and influential forces may see your energy as a challenge because it refuses to conform to their control, and this realization sets you apart as someone destined to lead, inspire, and create waves of change. In modern life, where people often feel invisible, overworked, or constrained by societal expectations, your spiritual energy is a rare and extraordinary gift. Think about it. How many individuals spend their lives following rules, afraid to step out of line or challenge the norm? Yet here you are, standing firm in your truth, awakening to your higher purpose, and carrying an energy so potent that it cannot be ignored. This is not just about personal growth. It is about the collective shift in consciousness. You are part of a bigger movement, a spiritual revolution where people reclaim their power, align with their divine purpose, and contribute to the healing of humanity. Your unstoppable energy signifies that you are on the right path, and even though the journey may feel heavy, it is necessary for the light you carry to shine brighter. To maintain this momentum, understand the importance of grounding yourself. The world may react to your energy in unpredictable ways, but your focus should remain on staying connected to your spiritual truth. Embrace practices that nurture your mind, body, and spirit, whether through meditation, prayer, or surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who uplift your journey. Always remember, your energy isn't just yours, it's a gift to the world. Every act of kindness, every word of wisdom, and every boundary you set reflects your commitment to living out your divine purpose. In this era of spiritual awakening, know that your energy is not a burden, but a responsibility. Your presence challenges outdated systems, illuminates hidden truths, and inspires others to awaken to their own potential. Let this awareness empower you to move forward with faith, confidence, and unwavering purpose. As you rise, remember that you are not alone. There is a divine force that guides and supports you. So keep walking this path, for the world is watching, learning, and transforming through your unstoppable energy. Comment below, "I choose to rise," to express your determination on this journey. 3. Divine purpose. You, the chosen one, are marked with a divine purpose so profound that even the world around you, including the highest levels of society, begins to take notice. Your energy is not ordinary. It's a force designed to transcend limits, break through barriers, and create vibrations of truth that ripple outward, inspiring transformation in others. Have you ever stopped to consider why your presence stirs emotions, challenges comfort zones, or even makes others feel the need to control or suppress you? This is because your light is impossible to ignore. It shines brightly, exposing truths, igniting change, and illuminating paths others never dared to see. As spiritual wisdom teaches us, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle, James Keller, and yet your light feels threatening to those who thrive in darkness. Your mission is not just to exist, but to inspire. You're here to awaken those around you, to help others see the potential they've buried under fear or societal expectations. This responsibility may feel overwhelming at times, especially when you encounter resistance, when your authenticity and strength are met with jealousy, misunderstanding, or outright manipulation. But remember, no attempt to suppress or diminish your energy can succeed because your purpose is divine, and what is divine cannot be extinguished. Think about it. Why would forces of control or oppression feel the need to challenge you if your light wasn't powerful enough to disrupt their plans? As Marianne Williamson says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Your energy radiates this truth and reminds others of the greatness within themselves, even when they try to resist it. Have you noticed how your presence alone can shift the energy in a room? Perhaps strangers are drawn to you, seeking guidance, or maybe those in power seem unsettled when you speak your truth. This is the effect of your spiritual wisdom. It's a reminder that the chosen are not here to blend in. They are here to stand out, to be catalysts for transformation, and to embody the courage others lack. Your journey is not one of ease, but one of growth and profound impact. The challenges you face are not meant to break you, but to refine you, to make you even more aligned with your divine purpose. How will you rise to meet these challenges and fully step into the role you were chosen to fulfill? Every moment of your life is an opportunity to shine brighter, to overcome the shadows of doubt, and to radiate the truth you carry within. Your energy cannot be hidden. It's a beacon for those seeking hope, change, and spiritual awakening. So embrace the divine purpose you've been given, knowing that even when the world tries to suppress you, your light will only grow stronger. As you navigate this path, remember to ask yourself, how can I use my energy and spiritual wisdom to uplift others and stay true to the higher calling that chose me? In this journey, you are never alone, for divine forces walk with you, guiding your every step. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 2. Impact on systems. Your spiritual awakening doesn't just change your life. It creates ripples that shake societal foundations in ways that many may find difficult to comprehend. When you begin to embrace your inner energy, stepping into your divine purpose, you unknowingly challenge systems that thrive on fear, control, and conformity. These systems, whether they are societal, political, or even cultural, are often built to keep individuals aligned with a predictable and controlled narrative. Your energy, however, represents freedom, authenticity, and spiritual growth. It's like a beacon of light that exposes the cracks in these structures. Those who operate these systems often see you as a threat because you represent what they cannot control: an awakened mind, a liberated spirit, and a heart aligned with higher truths. Think about it. How often have you felt the resistance when you dared to live your truth? Your boldness to question norms and break free from expectations often triggers discomfort in those who prefer the status quo. For example, let's consider the story of a young entrepreneur who felt a deep calling to leave his corporate job and start a wellness center focused on mindfulness and spiritual growth. His decision didn't sit well with his peers or even his family, who were conditioned to believe in traditional career paths. As he pursued his passion, he not only succeeded, but also inspired others to reconsider their own life paths. However, his success also drew criticism and even interference from systems that didn't want this type of influence to grow. A subtle reminder that personal awakening often disrupts structures built on control. You may also find that your energy draws unexpected attention, even from those in positions of power. People sense something different about you, a strength they cannot name, but deeply respect or even fear. Have you ever had someone you barely know say they feel drawn to your presence, or feel an unexplainable sense of peace or challenge when they're around you? This is because your energy is not just about you. It resonates on a higher frequency that influences everyone and everything around you. It's not uncommon for spiritually awakened individuals to unknowingly attract the attention of leaders, organizations, or communities who are either inspired by your growth or intimidated by it. The key is to understand that your awakening is not meant to destroy, it's meant to inspire. The disruption you cause is not about chaos, but about bringing light into places that need it the most. When you live authentically, you become a mirror for others to confront their own limitations and fears. This isn't always easy for them or for you. So, ask yourself, are you ready to embrace the responsibility that comes with your spiritual growth? Are you willing to be a light, even when the systems around you resist the change you represent? The lesson here is profound, yet simple. Your energy is a gift, and with it comes the power to influence and uplift others. Don't shy away from the impact you're making. Instead, stand firm in your truth, and remember that every act of courage, authenticity, and love creates a ripple effect that challenges fear and control. By doing so, you're not only growing spiritually, but also paving the way for a world that values freedom, connection, and higher purpose. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights, and let's continue this conversation. 7. Mission and strength. Your mission as a chosen one is sacred, a divine blueprint woven into the essence of your being. It is not something to be exploited, flaunted, or misunderstood, but rather a calling meant to inspire transformation in the lives of others. The energy you carry, a powerful force of spiritual awakening, is unlike anything most have ever encountered. It commands attention, respect, and sometimes even fear, because it reflects a higher purpose that many cannot comprehend. This spiritual purpose aligns you with something greater than yourself, a divine assignment to bring light into dark places and awaken those who have yet to realize their potential. Yet, with this calling comes immense responsibility, as not everyone will celebrate your mission. Some may seek to exploit it, twist it, or even attempt to weaken your spirit for their own gain. But this is where your strength comes into play. Over the course of your journey, you have built resilience that acts as an unbreakable shield around your energy. This strength was not granted by chance, but forged through trials, hardships, and moments when your faith was tested. Those who have tried to harm you, whether with words, actions, or manipulations, have found themselves powerless against the spiritual fortitude you possess. This is no accident. The divine does not allow the chosen ones to be easily defeated. Your resilience is evidence of your spiritual awakening, a transformation that has elevated you to a state where negativity and exploitation cannot touch you. This doesn't mean the road has been easy. Rather, the challenges you faced were necessary to refine you, to teach you the value of protecting your energy and focusing your mission on what truly matters. In today's modern world, distractions and exploitation are rampant, and people often mistake strength for arrogance or purpose for pride. However, as a chosen one, you must remain steadfast in your spiritual purpose. Let the world see your light, not through boasting, but through the quiet, transformative power of your actions. Inspire others, not by imposing your beliefs, but by living your truth with humility and conviction. Your resilience is a testimony to what is possible when faith meets perseverance, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the chosen ones rise. And as you rise, remember this: your energy is a gift, your mission a beacon, and your strength an example for others navigating their own spiritual awakening. For men navigating the complexities of life between 30 and 65, this message is especially vital. In a society that often values material success over spiritual fulfillment, remember that your purpose transcends the superficial. Protect your energy fiercely and use your strength wisely. Surround yourself with those who uplift rather than drain you, and understand that your mission will not always be understood. And that's okay. Your purpose isn't to fit in, it's to transform. The very fact that even governmental systems recognize the uniqueness of your energy is proof that your light cannot be hidden. So, embrace your calling with courage. Let your strength speak for itself, and continue inspiring transformation in a world that desperately needs it. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 4. Challenges and temptations. The journey of the chosen one is never without its trials, and one of the most significant obstacles is the subtle allure of temptations disguised as opportunities. Secret organizations or influential entities might present themselves with lucrative offers, promising wealth, power, or influence. Yet these tempting paths are often designed to exploit the very essence of your spiritual power. Their approach is calculated. They recognize the unique energy you carry, a resonance born from your spiritual awakening, and they aim to harness it for their agendas. This is where discernment becomes your greatest ally, for not all that glitters serves the higher purpose you were destined to fulfill. Such offers, while appealing on the surface, often carry the hidden cost of binding your freedom. They may appear as once-in-a-lifetime chances to elevate your status or solve your challenges instantly, but in truth, they are distractions meant to divert you from your path of spiritual growth. These distractions weaken your resolve, planting seeds of doubt and pulling you away from the essence of your divine mission. In modern life, this could resemble business deals that compromise your integrity, relationships that drain your energy, or commitments that force you into a mold that doesn't align with your true self. The key is to stay anchored in your purpose and recognize that your energy, your power, is not a commodity for trade. It is a divine gift meant for greater things. In this world, where spiritual awakening often places a spotlight on you, remember that your mission is larger than material gains or fleeting validations. It's about breaking free from the chains of superficial temptations and embracing a purpose that resonates with your soul. The offers you face are not merely tests. They are reflections of your ability to maintain clarity and remain steadfast in the face of worldly allurements. This requires you to cultivate inner strength, rely on your intuition, and stay true to the spiritual truths that guide your path. As you navigate these challenges, it's essential to ground yourself in practices that amplify your clarity and connection to your spiritual core. Meditation, reflection, and aligning with communities that nurture your growth can be invaluable tools. Remember, the distractions that come your way are temporary, but the impact of staying true to your purpose will echo through eternity. You were chosen for a reason, and your spiritual awakening is the beacon that lights the way not just for you, but for countless others who draw inspiration from your resilience and integrity. Every step you take in rejecting the temptations designed to weaken you is a step closer to fulfilling your highest potential. Let this be your reminder. The challenges you face are not there to break you, but to reveal the unshakable power within you. Stay the course, and let your spiritual light shine even brighter, for the world needs what only you can bring. Share your story, or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. 9. Walking in truth. Imagine for a moment that your life is a beacon of light in a world often shrouded in shadows, a light so powerful that even the highest systems of authority can't help but notice your energy. As a chosen one, you carry within you a spiritual wisdom that transcends the ordinary and radiates an aura of truth. This truth is your shield, your guide, and your strength, allowing you to walk through life with unwavering faith and integrity. Every trap, false promise, or attempt to manipulate you becomes powerless under the light of your intuition and connection to a higher purpose. It's as if your spirit is equipped with a divine radar, alerting you to deception and guiding you to paths aligned with your truth. But have you ever wondered why systems of control seem so threatened by those who stand firm in their authenticity? Could it be because truth is the one force they cannot suppress? When you walk in truth, you become untouchable. This isn't about rebellion or defiance. It's about standing so firmly in your spiritual wisdom that no external force can shake you. Integrity becomes your armor, and faith becomes your compass. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Truth never damages a cause that is just." Your just cause is your life's purpose, and your truth is the key to fulfilling it. Systems that seek to diminish or control you are like waves crashing against a rock. They may make noise, but they cannot move you. Instead, they reveal their own weaknesses in the face of your unwavering strength. How often do you pause to reflect on the incredible power you hold simply by living authentically and aligning with your higher self? The world around you may sometimes feel like a maze of illusions, with promises that glitter but hold no substance. Yet your gift of discernment allows you to see through these illusions with clarity. This is not a burden but a privilege, a sign that you are aligned with divine energy. The truth shall set you free, as the Bible reminds us in John, and your freedom lies in your ability to remain grounded in your truth, no matter the circumstances. The more you embrace this freedom, the more you inspire others to do the same. Have you considered how your integrity and spiritual wisdom ripple out, influencing not only your own life, but also the lives of those who cross your path? Even as powerful institutions recognize your energy, they cannot control it. Your light is not something they can quantify, diminish, or contain, because it comes from a source far greater than any earthly power. This realization is both humbling and empowering. You are not just walking your path, you are blazing a trail for others to follow. What steps can you take today to ensure that your light continues to shine brightly, unaffected by external pressures or expectations? Walking in truth is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Every step you take in faith and authenticity will bring you closer to your divine purpose and further away from the illusions that have tried to hold you back. Remember, the systems fear you doing so because they recognize your potential to inspire transformation, not only in yourself, but in the world around you. So, stand tall, choose one, and let your spiritual wisdom guide you as you walk the path of truth. Affirm this truth today. Comment below, "I am surrounded by people who align with God's purpose for me." Let this affirmation guide you as you embrace change, trusting that every change is part of God's plan to transform you from the inside out. Six, spiritual freedom. What if I told you that your ability to say no holds the power to set you free? Imagine a world where each decision you make is rooted in clarity, self-awareness, and an unshakable connection to your divine purpose. The truth is, saying no isn't just a rejection, it's an affirmation of your worth, your boundaries, and your spiritual wisdom. When you refuse to let manipulation sway your choices, you are declaring to the universe that your light is sacred and untouchable. As the chosen one, you must recognize that your energy carries a frequency so unique and powerful that even the most deceptive promises can't overshadow your truth. But here's the real question. How often do you allow yourself the freedom to protect this light, to stand firm and honor the essence of who you are, even when others try to dim it? To thine own self be true, Shakespeare once wrote, a reminder that authenticity is the foundation of spiritual freedom. Saying no to manipulation or deceit is more than a simple act of defiance. It's an expression of alignment with your divine path. You were chosen for a reason, and your energy has been designed to illuminate not just your journey, but also the world around you. This is why you must guard it fiercely. Each time you reject what doesn't serve your highest good, you are reinforcing your connection to the sacred wisdom that flows within you. But have you ever stopped to wonder why some people or forces seem so intent on testing your resolve? Could it be that your refusal to conform is a direct reflection of your spiritual strength, one that even those in power can't ignore? You see, even the highest authorities, those who govern, those who lead, are drawn to the undeniable presence of your energy. Your light is not just seen, it's felt. It moves beyond the physical and touches the spiritual realms, challenging systems, beliefs, and hidden agendas. But here's a powerful truth. Their recognition of your energy doesn't mean they control it. Your ability to say no is the ultimate act of resistance against anything that seeks to diminish your divine purpose. How does it feel to know that you hold this much power within you? Does it ignite a sense of responsibility to use it wisely, to protect it fiercely, and to share it only with those who honor and respect it? Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." As the chosen one, you embody this wisdom every time you say no to deception, to manipulation, to anything that doesn't resonate with your higher self. Your light, your spiritual wisdom, is not for sale. It cannot be bartered or bought. It is a gift from the divine, entrusted to you to fulfill your purpose. So, let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you fully embraced this freedom? If you stood unwavering in your truth, knowing that no force, no promise, no temptation could ever steer you away from your divine path? Saying no is not about closing doors. It's about opening the right ones. It's about making space for your true calling to be revealed, for the right people and opportunities to come to you. It's about stepping into your full power and knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are enough just as you are. So the next time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, is this aligned with my highest good? Does it honor my divine light? And most importantly, am I ready to choose spiritual freedom over fleeting satisfaction? Remember, your light is your gift to the world. Protect it, cherish it, and let it shine without regret. Comment below, "I choose to protect my light," and let's continue this journey together. 5. Resilience and awareness. Have you ever felt an undeniable force guiding you away from decisions that seemed tempting but didn't feel quite right? That's your inner guidance, your spiritual intuition, an invisible compass attuned to your higher purpose. For the chosen ones, this sacred gift is especially potent, acting as both shield and beacon. In a world where traps often come disguised as golden opportunities, this awareness is your greatest asset. Consider a moment from daily life. Perhaps a job offer seemed lucrative, or a relationship sparkled with promise. but something inside whispered, "This isn't for you." Following that whisper is an act of resilience, an acknowledgement that your spiritual growth demands you align with your soul's mission rather than superficial allure. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardships. It's about staying faithful to your deeper calling, even when the path isn't immediately clear. Imagine the modern professional who, despite pressure to climb the corporate ladder, chooses to forego shortcuts that compromise integrity. They might face judgment or even isolation, but in honoring their spiritual values, they build a foundation that no external success could ever replicate. This scenario mirrors the journey of the chosen ones. You are called not to accept every opportunity, but to discern what aligns with your divine purpose. The world may often lure you with promises of fame, wealth, or power, but it's your commitment to truth and authenticity that keeps you anchored. As you navigate this journey, consider this. How do you distinguish between what serves your spiritual mission and what merely serves the ego? Do you pause to listen to your intuition before making decisions? Or do you let external pressures dictate your path? Life will always test your resolve by presenting choices that seem good on the surface but are hollow at their core. Your awareness and spiritual resilience are what help you see past the illusion and stay true to the eternal values of love, compassion, and integrity. The lesson is simple yet profound. Trust your inner guidance and remain faithful to your soul's mission. By doing so, you not only protect yourself from the pitfalls of the material world, but also illuminate a path for others, showing that true success comes from living authentically and with purpose. In the end, the strength of your spirit is not measured by how much you achieve in worldly terms, but by how steadfastly you remain aligned with the essence of who you truly are. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 8. Divine abundance. True blessings are not tied to fleeting pleasures or the temptations of the world, but are rooted in faith, alignment with truth, and a deep connection to spirituality. When you embrace your spiritual growth, you begin to understand that divine abundance is not about accumulating wealth or possessions, but about nurturing your soul, cultivating peace, and walking in harmony with your divine purpose. The energy you carry as someone marked by a higher calling becomes unmistakable, even to those in positions of power, like government officials who may sense your presence and be drawn to your unwavering sense of purpose. This realization reshapes how you view success. It's no longer about what you achieve outwardly, but about the eternal legacy you are building inwardly. Think about someone who chooses to step away from a lucrative yet unfulfilling career to follow their heart's true passion, maybe to start a community initiative, support the less fortunate, or share spiritual teachings that inspire others. Though they might face financial challenges at first, they often find themselves thriving in ways that go beyond material wealth, experiencing joy, peace, and meaningful connections that resonate with their divine calling. Have you ever considered what abundance truly means in your life? Is it tied to possessions, or is it reflected in the richness of your soul and your ability to impact the world positively? Temporary gains, such as wealth or recognition acquired without purpose, can never compare to the eternal value of living authentically within your spiritual calling. The energy you emit when aligned with your higher self cannot be ignored. It transforms relationships, influences decisions, and even inspires unexpected opportunities. A person fully in tune with their divine abundance operates differently. They walk with confidence, radiate positivity, and attract others who seek guidance or inspiration. This energy becomes contagious and undeniably magnetic, breaking barriers and opening doors where none seem to exist. For example, a woman who was once overlooked in her career might rise to a leadership position not because she played office politics, but because her integrity, kindness, and commitment to truth made her the obvious choice for those around her. In her journey, she not only elevates herself, but also uplifts those who look to her for support and wisdom, demonstrating that divine abundance is a gift meant to be shared. The lesson here is profound, yet simple. Divine abundance flows when you align your actions with your spiritual truth. The temporary pleasures of life may distract you, but they are not the source of lasting joy or fulfillment. When you focus on spiritual growth and live with faith, you cultivate a wealth that cannot be taken from you. Ask yourself, what steps can you take today to live more authentically and in alignment with your spiritual calling? Reflect on this deeply and embrace the truth that your divine purpose holds infinite value. Let this understanding guide your decisions and help you rise into the fullness of the abundance already destined for you. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. 10. Legacy of light. The legacy of light carried by the chosen ones is more than a simple spiritual calling. It's a divine mission to illuminate truth, dissolve deception, and inspire profound transformation. As a chosen one, your spiritual awakening is not just about personal growth. It's about serving as a living testament to resilience, integrity, and the power of unwavering faith. Every challenge you face, every deceit aimed at dimming your light, becomes a stepping stone toward greatness because the universe conspires to ensure your light prevails. This legacy is not for the faint-hearted, as it demands courage and an unshakable belief in the higher purpose you've been entrusted with. In modern life, where manipulation and distractions often cloud judgment, your journey stands as a beacon of hope for those lost in the chaos. You are a reminder that authenticity and truth still hold power in a world increasingly dominated by illusions. Even governments and influential entities are drawn to the energy you exude because it disrupts the status quo and challenges systems that thrive on deception. Your light exposes what is hidden, not to destroy, but to inspire change and foster renewal. This transformative energy is a gift, but it's also a responsibility that demands you remain vigilant, grounded, and steadfast in your purpose. Every time you choose to rise above pettiness, fear, or doubt, you strengthen the connection between your spiritual essence and the divine forces that guide you. The universe aligns its energies to support your mission, placing opportunities and allies in your path to ensure your success. When obstacles arise, they are not roadblocks, but divine tests, preparing you to wield your power with wisdom and grace. Your unwavering stance becomes a source of inspiration for others, encouraging them to embrace their own journeys and find their truth. In the everyday hustle of life, it's easy to feel disconnected from your higher calling, but remember, your energy is what bridges the spiritual with the practical. Use your light to influence not just large-scale change, but also the small, meaningful interactions that build communities and foster understanding. Let your words and actions reflect your spiritual awakening, serving as a lighthouse for those navigating turbulent waters. The world needs your authenticity and your commitment to truth now more than ever. To men walking this path, take heart in the knowledge that your legacy of light is shaping the world in ways you may not yet see. Trust in the alignment of the universe and continue to move forward with confidence and humility. Your journey is not just about spiritual awakening, but about creating a ripple effect that transforms the lives of others. Stay true to your purpose, and your light will continue to prevail over all obstacles, ensuring your legacy endures for generations to come. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights and let's continue this conversation. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. Remember, as a chosen one, your energy holds a power that even the world cannot ignore. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide you toward your divine purpose. If you found this video inspiring, please give it a like, share it with others who might need this wisdom, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more transformative content. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss our upcoming videos. Together, let's continue to unlock the mysteries of our inner power. Until next time, stay blessed and keep shining your light. Chosen ones, they are scared to death. You defeated a group and gang of witches with one-man army. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. This powerful truth, shared by Helen Keller, resonates deeply with today's message. Chosen ones, your courage and unwavering faith turned the tables against overwhelming odds, proving that divine power within is greater than any earthly number. You defeated not just a group, but a gang, standing as a one-man army with unstoppable, untouchable, and divinely guided strength. How do you channel your inner power when faced with challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to walk boldly in faith. Together, let's ignite the wisdom of the Spirit. 1. Outnumbered, yet victorious. In a world where many people believe power lies in numbers, the story of a chosen one standing firm against overwhelming odds reveals a deeper truth about the power of divine protection and spiritual awakening. Your enemies relied on their collective strength, thinking that sheer numbers and cunning plans would ensure their victory. They aligned their forces, weaving schemes in the shadows, confident they could bring you down. Yet, as a chosen one, you stood unshaken, guided by the profound inner strength gifted to you by your spiritual journey. Like a lone lighthouse amidst a raging storm, your faith illuminated the path forward, revealing that their power was but an illusion. With every attack they launched, you met it not with fear, but with a steadfast belief in your higher purpose. This battle wasn't just physical, it was deeply spiritual, waged in realms beyond what the eye can see. Their numbers represented the weight of the world's negativity, doubts, fears, and manipulations designed to break your spirit. But as a chosen one, your spiritual awakening elevated you above their reach, allowing you to see through their facades and dismantle their plans with precision and clarity. This divine strength wasn't something you earned by chance. It was forged through the trials and challenges you faced, teaching you to trust the unseen power that surrounds and protects you. Modern life mirrors this spiritual battle. Many men today face overwhelming pressures, from career demands to societal expectations, and often feel outnumbered by the obstacles in their path. Yet, just like in your spiritual victory, the power to overcome doesn't come from external forces or alliances, but from within. When you align yourself with faith and purpose, the seemingly insurmountable loses its power. The adversaries in your life, be they toxic relationships, workplace politics, or personal doubts, are no different from the witches and adversaries in this tale. They may look powerful, but their strength crumbles when faced with the light of resilience and spiritual awakening. In moments of trial, remember that numbers and appearances are deceptive. Victory isn't about matching your enemies with equal force. It's about standing rooted in truth and letting your actions reflect the divine power within you. Life's challenges are not here to destroy you, but to refine you, to teach you the value of unwavering faith and the courage to stand alone when necessary. As you navigate your own battles, draw strength from the knowledge that, like the chosen one, you are never truly alone. Divine forces work through you and around you, ensuring that no matter how daunting the odds may seem, your victory is assured. So when the storms of life come and the enemies gather, take heart. Your story is a story of victory, not because you avoided the battle, but because you faced it head-on, armed with faith and spiritual clarity. Let this be a reminder that you are fully capable of defeating the forces that oppose you, not through numbers, but through the infinite power of spiritual awakening and divine guidance. Keep your head high, your heart strong, and believe that every battle is a step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Comment below, "I am the chosen one," and let's continue this journey together. 2. Exposing their fragility. When you walk a path illuminated by spirituality and spiritual growth, you naturally uncover truths that others would rather keep hidden. There's something profoundly intimidating about someone who moves with unwavering clarity, faith, and a divine sense of purpose, especially to those who rely on collective strength, whispers in the shadows, and fragile illusions of control. You see, collectives, whether they're groups of people bound by shared insecurities or even cliques with darker intentions, thrive on the belief that there's power in numbers. But what happens when one individual, guided by divine wisdom and inner strength, rises above their illusions? They begin to realize their reliance on alliances is futile against someone who embodies independence and stands firm in truth. It's not just that they fear your ability to see through their deception, it's the way you refuse to falter, even when faced with their schemes. Your spiritual journey has sharpened your perception, and your faith makes you untouchable in ways they can't comprehend. Think of a modern parallel. In the workplace, have you ever seen a group of colleagues band together to undermine someone they perceive as a threat? They might spread rumors, build alliances, and create illusions to make the individual feel isolated. But then, something unexpected happens, and the targeted person doesn't engage. They don't retaliate or crumble. Instead, they rise by focusing on their purpose, relying on their skills, and aligning with values higher than office politics. This scenario mirrors a spiritual truth. When you operate with authenticity and divine alignment, no amount of collective plotting can break you. You reveal their fragility simply by standing strong, because their strength was never real, it depended on your reaction. The same principle applies in spiritual battles. Perhaps you faced a group or even a gang that relied on intimidation or manipulation to assert power. Yet, armed with nothing but your faith, clarity, and divine guidance, you dismantled their efforts, not by fighting on their terms, but by refusing to play their game. They fear what they can't control, and your spiritual independence terrifies them because it exposes their weakness. It shows the world that their power isn't in their numbers, but in the illusion they've constructed, and illusions shatter when faced with undeniable truth. So let me ask you, in your own life, how do you handle those who try to dominate through manipulation or fear? Do you shrink back, or do you stand firm in your truth, trusting that your spiritual growth will guide you through? Reflect on this, because the lesson here is vital. Your strength doesn't come from fighting battles their way. It comes from staying aligned with your purpose, trusting in the divine, and moving forward with clarity. Remember, the light of one person walking in truth can expose the darkness of an entire crowd. And in doing so, you not only defeat their schemes, but also inspire others to find their own strength. The message is clear. Stay true to your path, and let your spiritual journey reveal the fragility of those who thrive on control. For in truth, their power holds no weight against divine purpose. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 3. Strategic solitude. Let me tell you something profound, something you may already sense deep within your spirit. Walking alone, though often misunderstood, is a strategic advantage that carries immense spiritual wisdom. Think about it when you walk alone, free from distractions and the noise of others' opinions. You unlock a clarity and focus that is unmatched. It's not just about isolation. It's about preparation, growth, and alignment with a higher purpose. Your solitude isn't loneliness. It's a sacred space where your energy recalibrates, your vision sharpens, and your spirit strengthens. This kind of independence terrifies those who oppose you because it reflects their own weaknesses. They rely on numbers, on the strength of their groups, their gangs, or their collective force. But you, the chosen one, operate differently. You don't need the validation or support of the crowd because your power comes from within, drawn from a divine source that ensures you are never truly alone. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Your ability to stand strong in your truth, even when surrounded by opposition, shows the depth of your connection to this spiritual wisdom. It's no wonder they are afraid. They see in you what they cannot achieve for themselves, a level of freedom that comes from walking your path, even when it's uphill and unpaved. Have you noticed how their attempts to bring you down intensify the moment you step into your power? That's because your independence is a mirror, reflecting their dependency and lack of individual strength. While they rely on schemes, numbers, and manipulation, you've become a one-person army, guided by purpose, faith, and an unshakable belief in your calling. But let's take this deeper. Why do they fear you so much? Is it because they see something in you that they've spent their lives suppressing in themselves? Could it be that your courage to walk alone is a direct threat to their carefully constructed illusions of control? These are the kinds of questions you need to ask yourself, because understanding your journey isn't just about celebrating your victories. It's about recognizing the spiritual dynamics at play. You're not merely fighting physical battles, you're dismantling spiritual strongholds. And here's the kicker. You've done what they thought was impossible. You've defeated groups and gangs of adversaries not with numbers, but with the power of your resolve and the spiritual wisdom that guides you. They underestimated you because they underestimated the divine force that stands behind you. They thought they could overwhelm you with fear, but they didn't realize that fear has no place in a heart that walks in faith. They thought they could distract you, but solitude taught you how to focus like a laser beam. They thought they could isolate you, but in doing so, they unwittingly pushed you closer to your source of power. So let me ask you, chosen one, what will you do now with this realization? Will you embrace your independence fully, understanding it as both a shield and a sword? Or will you let the doubts of others make you question your path? Remember, he who walks with the wise becomes wise, and sometimes the wise walk alone. Your solitude isn't a setback, it's your strategy, and it's working. Keep moving forward, knowing that your path, though solitary, is illuminated by the divine. Let your independence be your greatest weapon, for it is not only a testament to your strength, but a beacon of the spiritual wisdom that empowers you to rise above and conquer. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights, and let's continue this conversation. Four, unshakable faith. Your unshakable faith is a fortress that no force of fear or manipulation can penetrate, and that terrifies those who thrive in shadows. When you carry an unyielding trust in God and your spiritual awakening, you radiate a power that defies their control, leaving them scrambling for ways to subdue you. This kind of faith isn't just about belief. It's about standing firm when life's storms rage, knowing that a higher power guides your steps. History is rich with examples of individuals whose divine connection made them unstoppable, often working alone against insurmountable odds. Think of Elijah, standing fearless before the prophets of Baal, proving that faith in God could ignite a fire no water could quench. Or Buddha, who found enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, transcending earthly temptations and fears to show humanity a path of profound spiritual awakening. These weren't men shielded by armies or wealth. Their power came from within, rooted in a divine certainty that allowed them to rise above challenges most would flee from. In today's world, this kind of faith is no less potent. When faced with criticism, betrayal, or even outright attacks, the chosen ones demonstrate resilience that leaves adversaries baffled and intimidated. Your faith turns their weapons of manipulation, be it lies, deceit, or fear, into mere whispers that cannot reach your soul. This ability to rise above chaos is what makes you stand out. The modern-day battles we face may not involve literal witches or enemies, but they manifest in toxic workplaces, dishonest relationships, and societal pressures that aim to dim your light. Yet, by channeling the same divine energy that guided Elijah or Buddha, you can confront these battles with the calm assurance that no harm can befall you when you walk in alignment with your purpose. Every step of your journey, as the chosen one, reaffirms a truth they cannot deny. Your faith is a weapon they cannot resist. Let this be a reminder that in spiritual warfare, the greatest victories are often won not through force, but through steadfastness, humility, and unwavering belief in your divine mission. When life pushes you, hold fast to your faith. It is the armor that protects you, the compass that guides you, and the torch that lights your path through the darkest nights. By refusing to waver, you continue to inspire others and remind friends and foes who are watching that true power comes from a spiritual awakening that no outside force can extinguish. Embrace this path, knowing that your unwavering connection to the divine is your strongest ally, and with it, you will always be victorious. Comment below. I take this path to show your determination. 5. Fearless resilience. Your ability to stand strong and fearless in the face of opposition is a powerful force that disarms those who seek to control or intimidate you. Fearlessness is more than just courage. It's a profound expression of spiritual growth, a reflection of your unwavering connection to the divine energy within. When faced with a group or even a network of adversaries, such as those who thrive on manipulation or negativity, your lack of fear becomes their greatest obstacle. Imagine a single individual walking into a room filled with people plotting harm, and instead of being overwhelmed, they radiate calm confidence. This disrupts the entire group's energy because their power relies on creating an environment of intimidation and fear. When that foundation crumbles, so do their schemes, leaving them not only exposed, but utterly powerless. Let me tell you a story that resonates with this truth. There was once a young entrepreneur who faced relentless opposition from competitors determined to tarnish her reputation. They spread rumors, used unfair tactics, and created alliances against her. Despite being outnumbered and knowing the stakes were high, she didn't retaliate in kind or succumb to fear. Instead, she focused on her values, her spiritual growth, and her unwavering belief in the power of good energy. With each attempt to bring her down, she stood firm, exuding calm and resilience. Over time, her fearlessness revealed the emptiness of their tactics. Their alliances fractured, their plans backfired, and her business thrived because she refused to let fear dictate her response. Her story shows us that standing firm in spirituality can create ripples of change that turn the tide in your favor. So let me ask you, where in your life can you replace fear with faith? Are there situations where intimidation or negativity seem to dominate? And what would happen if you responded with unwavering strength and spiritual clarity? The beauty of fearlessness is that it's not about ignoring danger or challenge. It's about knowing that your inner light is stronger than anything external. This strength is your armor, and it protects you as you walk through trials that others may view as impossible. The lesson here is clear. Fear is the only tool your adversaries truly have. When you dismantle it, you dismantle their power. As you grow spiritually, you'll discover that fearlessness isn't just a reaction. It's a choice to trust in the higher power guiding you. It's a commitment to embodying the truth that light always overcomes darkness, no matter how overwhelming the odds may appear. Remember, your journey isn't just about defeating external challenges. It's about transforming yourself into someone who transcends them entirely. Fearlessness is your key to breaking free from intimidation and stepping boldly into the life you're meant to lead. The path may not always be easy, but with every step, you're showing the world and yourself the strength of a chosen one. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 6. Divine preparation. Have you ever wondered why you feel so alone, like you've been deliberately set apart from the crowd? Let me tell you something powerful. Solitude isn't a punishment, it's preparation. Yes, you heard that right. What you're going through isn't meant to weaken you. It's shaping you into someone extraordinary, someone destined for greatness. Think about David, the shepherd boy who became a king. Long before he faced Goliath, he was isolated in the fields, tending sheep, battling lions and bears, and learning to trust in God's power. That solitude wasn't about punishment, it was about preparation for a moment that would change everything. The same goes for Jesus, who spent 40 days in the wilderness, fasting, praying, and resisting temptation, all to emerge stronger, ready to fulfill his divine mission. Their stories, rooted in spiritual wisdom, show us that isolation can be a divine tool for growth. But let's bring it back to you. Have you noticed how the silence of solitude sharpens your vision and builds your resilience? When the noise of the world fades, you're left alone with your thoughts, your gifts, and your purpose. That's where clarity begins. It's in these moments that you discover who you truly are, and more importantly, who you are meant to be. The chosen ones are often misunderstood because their path isn't ordinary, it's extraordinary. And extraordinary paths require extraordinary preparation. The challenges you face in isolation are strengthening you for the battles ahead. The same way a sword is forged in fire, you're being forged in solitude. You're being prepared to take on forces much greater than yourself, to defeat not just one enemy, but entire groups of opposition, those who may be scared to death because they realize they've underestimated you. Have you ever stopped to think about the spiritual power you're cultivating in these moments? As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." When you emerge from this period of preparation, the strength and clarity you've gained will make you unstoppable. You'll face adversaries who never thought you could rise above, and yet you will stand stronger than ever. Spiritual wisdom teaches us that the trials we endure aren't here to break us, they're here to mold us. And here's the thing, you don't need a whole army to win your battles. Sometimes being a one-person army is all it takes. With faith, resilience, and divine strength, you're equipped to overcome any challenge. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. 7. Turning isolation into power. Turning isolation into power is one of the most profound transformations a chosen one can undergo. When you find yourself alone, it's not a punishment or a sign of abandonment, but a divine setup for your growth and elevation. Solitude is a sacred space where distractions fall away, allowing your spiritual gifts to flourish and your purpose to sharpen with laser-like precision. Picture this. In the stillness, you gain clarity about who you are and what you are meant to do, away from the noise of the world that tries to dictate your worth or path. It's in this quietness that you learn to trust God more deeply, not as a distant force, but as your closest guide, giving you the strength to move boldly and act with the clarity that comes only from spiritual alignment. Think about those moments in life when you felt isolated, perhaps misunderstood, or even betrayed. What if those moments were actually preparing you for something greater? Consider the story of a single parent who, after years of feeling alone and unsupported, used that solitude to create a business that not only supported their family, but also inspired an entire community. Their isolation became the breeding ground for their resilience and purpose, much like a seed that grows strong roots in the dark, hidden soil. When you step into your spiritual growth during isolation, you begin to see that being alone is not the same as being lonely. It's a season for building, strengthening, and connecting with your higher self. In fact, many of the world's greatest breakthroughs, both spiritual and practical, were born from seasons of solitude. Have you ever considered how much power there is in simply being with yourself and God? How often do we run from our own company, filling the void with distractions, rather than facing the transformative lessons that solitude brings? As chosen ones, you are called to rise above the noise, to embrace solitude as a tool for spiritual empowerment. It's not about shutting people out, but about creating a sacred space to reflect, recharge, and recalibrate. When you emerge from that space, you're not just stronger, you're unstoppable. You've defeated your internal fears, silenced the critics in your mind, and amplified the divine purpose that only you can fulfill. Share your story or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. Eight, inspiring others. Walking your unique path, grounded in purpose and unwavering faith, carries a profound impact that extends far beyond what you may realize. When you stand firm in your spiritual growth and navigate life as a one-person army, even in the face of opposition, you become a beacon of resilience and inspiration. This journey, filled with moments of isolation and self-reflection, pushes others to confront their own fears and rise above the chains that hold them back. Imagine this: a young entrepreneur who started from nothing, facing criticism and skepticism from everyone around them, yet persisted through countless sleepless nights to turn their vision into reality. Their dedication and belief in their abilities inspired an entire community to rethink what was possible, fostering courage in others to step outside their comfort zones and chase their own dreams. Now consider your own spiritual journey. How often have you faced challenges that seemed insurmountable, only to discover that your reliance on God and your inner strength carried you through? It's not just about defeating external forces. It's about breaking through internal limitations and leading others by example. When you choose to walk your path authentically, others see your determination and begin to question their self-imposed barriers. Are they truly incapable, or are they simply afraid to try? Your journey reminds them that transformation begins with a single step, and spirituality provides the foundation to sustain it. The story of your triumph becomes a story of their potential. They see you defeating the witches, whether those represent toxic relationships, societal expectations, or personal demons with faith as your armor. They see you thriving not because the journey was easy, but because you refused to give up, even when the odds were stacked against you. This realization forces them to reflect. What fears am I letting control my life? How can I step into my spiritual power and embrace my full potential? These questions linger in the minds of those who witness your journey, sparking a ripple effect of growth and empowerment. As you inspire others to trust in God and break free from their limitations, You embody the principle that the path of spirituality is not just about individual transformation. It's about lifting those around you. Your resilience challenges others to envision a world where fear no longer dictates their choices, and your independence encourages them to seek their inner power. The ultimate lesson here is that walking alone with purpose doesn't isolate you. It connects you deeply with others in ways that words cannot. Through your actions, you teach that strength and faith are contagious, and that true growth is achieved not in avoiding the storm, but in standing strong amidst it. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 9. The one-person army. Mindset. Have you ever wondered how true power can flow from just one person, standing alone against what seems like insurmountable odds? Let me tell you something. Strength isn't found in numbers. It's found in faith, focus, and divine alignment. When you step into your power as a chosen one, fear begins to grip those who once underestimated you. This is because you carry a force that cannot be measured by the physical realm alone. Your energy is a spiritual weapon. Think about David standing before Goliath with nothing but a sling and a few stones. He didn't need an army, he only needed divine guidance and unshakable belief. In the same way, you have faced groups, even gangs, of adversaries, perhaps disguised as witches, manipulators, or those who wish to dim your light. Yet, here you are, victorious not because of overwhelming manpower, but because you embodied the mindset of a one-person army. What does it take to defeat those who conspire against you? It starts with eliminating distractions. Distractions come in many forms: doubt, fear, negativity, and even the opinions of others. When you rise above these, you make space for clarity and allow spiritual wisdom to lead your actions. By trusting in divine timing and acting decisively, you create a ripple effect that disrupts the plans of those who seek to harm you. Have you ever felt that your mere presence unnerves certain people? That's not by accident. Your spiritual light shines so brightly that it exposes their darkness, and this terrifies them. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Similarly, no one can defeat you when you are aligned with divine purpose and refuse to hand over your power. The beauty of being a chosen one is that your strength doesn't rely on external validation. You've likely encountered people who operated in groups, thinking their collective energy would overpower you. But here's the truth. Their unity in darkness will always crumble before your alignment with the light. Have you noticed how, despite their numbers, they begin to self-destruct when faced with your unwavering faith? This is a testament to the spiritual wisdom you carry, wisdom that shows you how to rise above pettiness and embrace the higher path. But let me ask you this. What battles are you fighting today? And are you trusting your spiritual guidance to see you through them? Reflect on this, because your victory lies not in matching their methods, but in transcending them. Each challenge you face refines you, sharpening your focus and fortifying your faith. This is the one-person army mindset. It's about knowing that your strength isn't solitary. It's backed by divine forces working in your favor. Are you ready to trust this power within you? Remember, chosen ones aren't called to walk easy paths. They are called to create breakthroughs that shift the spiritual atmosphere. So the next time someone asks, "How did you manage to overcome such odds?" your answer will be simple. I didn't do it alone. I did it with faith, focus, and divine alignment. And if you feel inspired by this message, type, "I trust the process," as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. Ten. Victories as testimonies. In every challenge, every storm, and every betrayal you've endured, there was a purpose far greater than the struggle itself. Each attack you faced, every opposition that rose against you, became an instrument of your refinement, shaping you into an indomitable warrior of light. These moments of triumph, even when the odds seemed insurmountable, stand as living testimonies of what it means to walk with divine purpose. Your victories weren't merely personal wins. They were manifestations of God's power working through you, designed to showcase the resilience, faith, and determination that come with a spiritual awakening. These victories speak louder than words, inspiring those around you to shed fear and rise above doubt, showing them that when they align with divine will, no force can stand against them. Relating this to modern life, consider how men today often battle unseen forces, whether it's societal pressures, internal insecurities, or even toxic influences that seek to derail their purpose. The battles you faced and won mirror this struggle, reminding you and others that true power lies in spiritual alignment. The group or gang of witches in this context represents any system or individual that operates out of manipulation, deceit, or fear, seeking to suppress your light. But through steadfastness, you've proven that with divine guidance, even a one-man army can topple entire forces of darkness. Every step of your journey through pain, triumph, and revelation serves as an example to those who are watching. They see your scars not as signs of defeat, but as emblems of courage, perseverance, and the undeniable truth that you've been chosen for a higher purpose. Your victories call others to reflect on their own spiritual battles, urging them to trust the process of their awakening and lean into their connection with God. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification and shortcuts, you are a living testament that true transformation and empowerment come through trials, faith, and unwavering commitment to a higher calling. As you move forward, recognize the responsibility that comes with this role. It's not just about defeating enemies or proving your strength. It's about showing others the way, being a beacon of hope and resilience, and demonstrating that when you align with the divine, fear has no place. Keep walking this path boldly, and let your life continue to be the testimony that inspires others to awaken to their own spiritual potential, stepping into their purpose with the same unstoppable force you now embody. Affirm this truth today. I am surrounded by those who are aligned with God's purpose for me. Let this affirmation guide you as you embrace the changes, trusting that every shift is part of God's plan to transform you inside and out. 11. Divine favor. Your enemies aren't afraid of you simply because of who you are. They're terrified because of the divine favor that surrounds you, a power far greater than anything they could ever muster. This isn't about arrogance or self-glorification. It's about a profound connection with spirituality that anchors your entire being. You are not alone in this battle, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. That quiet independence you carry, the way you walk into situations with calm assurance, is a sanctuary for God's guidance. It's a testament to your unshakable faith and spiritual growth, and it speaks louder than any words could. Think about those moments when people have underestimated you, only to be left speechless by your resilience and the outcomes you achieve. That's not just you. It's divine power working through you. Consider this story. A single mother of two faced constant adversity, not only from financial struggles, but from toxic individuals who seemed intent on undermining her. She didn't have a powerful circle of friends or resources at her disposal, yet she stood firm, prayed daily, and held on to her faith with an intensity that baffled those around her. Over time, she began to rise not through sheer force, but because her quiet strength and connection with her spiritual purpose attracted opportunities and blessings. Those who had sought to harm her or belittle her suddenly found themselves facing challenges of their own, while she moved forward, empowered by divine favor. What does this teach us? That spiritual growth isn't about seeking revenge or proving people wrong. It's about staying aligned with your purpose and letting your actions be a reflection of that inner light. Now take a moment to reflect. What battles are you fighting today, and how are you allowing divine guidance to lead you through them? Are you leaning into your spirituality when times get tough, or are you trying to handle it all on your own? There's a reason you've been chosen to carry this strength. It's because you are capable, and the divine power within you is greater than any opposition you might face. By embracing this, you show others that it's not brute force, but faith and spiritual alignment that lead to victory. As we conclude this journey together, remember the incredible truth revealed in this video. True strength lies not in numbers, but in the unwavering alignment of your spirit with divine purpose. You, the chosen ones, have demonstrated that faith and courage can overcome even the darkest forces. Now, it's your turn to inspire others to share your story in the comments below, not for praise, but to ignite hope in those who are still finding their path. Let your voice be the light that reminds others of what is possible when faith meets action. Together, we can uplift, empower, and build a world where divine strength shines through. How will you use your voice today? Let us know below.